we're starting.
Okay, I'm coming. Tyson?
Mm-hmm.
You coming? We're doing My Singing Monsters live.
I'll be there in a second.
Okay. Weren't you just outside?
No.
Happy monstering!
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to My Singing Monsters Live, your one-stop shop for everything to do with My Singing Monsters. We are your hosts, the Monster Handlers. I am Monster Handler Matt.
And I am Monster Handler Tyson.
And welcome aboard to our February episode of My Singing Monsters Live in the calendar year 2023.
Wow.
You may have noticed that we're mixing things up a little this year so far. Our first episode of the year was a very special edition one with our friend Landon Purifoy who visited, and we're switching things up again a little bit this year.
We're switching up format and maybe some of the schedule. Do you maybe want to touch on that a little bit?
Sure. We're going to try and shift our My Singing Monsters Live broadcasts to better align with major, exciting updates that happen in-game. And today is one such of those examples.
Yes, exactly.
It is a landmark day in My Singing Monsters history because it was the release of our second piece of Ultimate Creator Experience content, which is very, very exciting.
Yes.
You know, I do just want to circle back very quickly about something just as we were getting set up here. You know, I could have sworn that I saw you out in the hallway.
I've been here the whole time. Like, it's one thing to be late, Monster Handler Matt, but to lie and say I was in two places, just saying.
I'm not saying that you're lying. I just, I don't know.
All right.
It's been a trying day, to say the least. I feel personally attacked on multiple levels here. But maybe we can get right into the sort of fun of the matter.
Well, before we get into that, we also have another exciting thing.
Oh, right.
Nice exciting update. We hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yes.
And our plaque has yet to come into the mail. But we've made a nice...
Why don't you stand up and show everybody Monster Handler Tyson.
A nice little custom one out of cardboard. There we go. Look at that. And we just want to say thank you for everyone who has subscribed to the My Singing Monsters channel and have kind of helped the community grow. And it's been very exciting.
Yeah, I can remember when we got our first 100,000 subscriber thing in the mail, our little plaque.
A little plaque,
our little item, and who'd have thunk that a few short years later that we'd be cracking another major milestone. So like Monster Handler Tyson said, thank you everybody for your support. It's an exciting time, and of course it's an exciting time to have it happen because it's anniversary year, right? So
exactly.
It's an exciting time for that milestone to occur. So February 2023, let's get things kicked off right away. Let's talk about all the exciting stuff that happened in the Monster World today.
Lots of stuff came to the Monster World today.
Lots of stuff came to the Monster World today.
Yes.
We are obviously in the waning days of the Season of Love, and as promised, we are going to be highlighting some of the sales that are arriving as part of the finale weekend of Season of Love. That's coming a little bit later in the show. But we want to make sure that we devote a little bit of time to talking about all the exciting content that came out today in My Singing Monsters. So, of course, top of the line, first order of business that we have to discuss is and
or however you want to pronounce their name.
Well, there is a correct way. There is a correct way. Let me see if I can do an impression. Sorry, this is going to be difficult for me because, you know, I'm already kind of at odds.
No
with
judment
this
here.
Particular monster.
True.
It hasn't been the strongest first impression. The relationship that we were forging.
First Ma, then.
But let me try and do it. It's like
See, and then so.
Kind of sounds. Actually, that was a pretty good impression.
That was a pretty good. That was pretty good.
Almost like, never mind.
And what I love about their name also, when you do it like that, it also prompts other people around you just to laugh
Yes,
as well.
it's one of those names that begs to be spoken
Yes.
with the correct intonation, just like the Titan Krovlaf.
Krovlaf.
Yes. It's another one that lends itself perfectly to every time you even if you see it in your mind's eye, you've got to say it with the correct
And honestly, you
intonation.
can't even say it without kind of sounding a little odd. It's like,
Yes, a little devilish, a little trickster.
Yeah, a little
perhaps.
trickster,
And
yeah.
that's exactly the kind of character that Ultimate Creator Quinn came to us with when he visited our studio just this past summer.
No, that was a very exciting.
It was late. It was late July. I can remember it now. It was late July 2022, and it was a couple of days that Monster, well, not Monster Handler Quinn.
No.
He may be a Monster Handler one day. Who knows?
Who knows?
But Ultimate Creator Quinn came with all of these amazing ideas, this great creativity. We sat down, we composed the part for it. We helped shape it. That initial sketch really was like brimming with personality.
I remember when it just clicked because like the sound was made and like we had that laugh. And then it clicked like, wait a second, a hyena also has that laughter too. So I remember all of us in the room like being like, oh, that's amazing.
And we have to give Ultimate Creator Quinn full credit for that name.
Yes.
And we said, pardon, what's the name? What's the name going to be? And Quinn was adamant and said, no, it's got to be and we were like, okay.
Yes.
We just have to make sure that we say it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And so we had to make sure that as we were documenting. Oh my goodness. Documenting its discovery today, that we had lots of opportunities to let it vocalize, to let it say
a very
its
vocal
name.
monster.
So
both an instrumental and a vocal monster.
yes,
as well.
very few monsters enjoy that distinction, but yes, the ability to produce a sound both from those triple-eared setup. Now it's funny, of course, because in previous episodes of My Singing Monsters Live, we were asked, are there any hints about what the upcoming mythicals are like? And we said, yes, you've already seen them. And of course, we can reveal now, now that we're 2 out of the 3 in,
almost done,
that of course we are talking about those constellations that appear in the night sky in the dream space on Mythical Island. And so a lot of people took the opportunity to look at that configuration of stars and go, okay, well, what does that kind of look like? I saw a lot of theorizing about what the shape along the top could be. Are they horns? What's going on?
Yeah,
and who would have guessed that they are 3 ears? Not too many animals have 3 ears.
No,
none that I can think of off the top of my head.
I can't say I've seen an animal with 3 ears, honestly.
And that's why the monster world is an amazing place. Because the anatomical marvels, the wonders, the interesting ways that life can organize itself and produce music.
Yes, exactly. And
beautiful music.
Dare I say, also one of the most limber monsters we've had as
lots
well.
and lots of articulation there. Of course, as part of the Ultimate Creator Experience visit before Quinn left, we were able to create sort of a loose idea of how the monster would make it sound, but of course that only happened inside of a day.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of time for our Monster Handler animators to bring it to life. But of course, since then, we toiled away, and the same animator who worked on originally sort of roughing up the concept of it, bringing it to life was the animator who followed through and continued and created all of the amazing animations that we see form. Monster Handlers Jen and Ben, if you wouldn't mind throwing up the in-game announcement for there it is.
There it is.
There it is. So, like we've said, this monster designed by Ultimate Creator Quinn, and just like when Cherubble was released in November, a creation of Ultimate Creator Eric, we've included in the background here on the blueprint imagery there some of the sketches, some of the imagery that both the character evokes, and there's actually a very cool story behind the piece of art that you see on the right-hand side. This is actually an illustration that one of Quinn's friends in the Handler Helper community made of
oh, very cool.
Sort of having a confrontational moment, perhaps, with Cherubble.
Oh, wow, yeah, he is.
And so that's kind of interesting, but as evidenced by our Surely You Jest trailer that came out today, these two are actually very good friends, perhaps echoing the friendship that I know that has formed between Ultimate Creators Eric and Quinn in real life. And we know that likes Cherubble,
yes,
but Trouble doesn't like At least not yet.
Okay.
You know what? We forgot. and I have no problem owning up to that. But that update will be coming before the weekend is through. That these two monsters mutually like each
Trouble's
other.
a little drowsy when they came to the
That's true.
island,
Okay, you're
and
right.
maybe
the smarter choice would have been to write it off with some sort of lore explanation. But I figured that I would own up to the fact that I completely forgot in all the excitement. And I know that it's something that both Quinn and Eric specified that they wanted their monsters to like each other. So, of course, that's not the only exciting thing that happened today. One of the other new monsters that came to the world today that was revealed for the very first time was Epic Humbug.
Ooh, and people have been waiting for that for a long time.
They sure have, and of course it's only fitting that this epic ethereal would come out during the Season of Love because the first ever epic ethereal came out in the Season of Love 2021. That was Epic Ghast. Wow. So now that we've got those 5 base epic ethereals
so many
out
callbacks.
There, that's it. That's all that we're going to make. We're not going to do any more. There's no way we're going to touch the double element ones. Bah! I wonder when the first of those we will see.
We shall
it is
see.
anniversary year, so that's kind of exciting.
Lots of big things happening this year.
Lots of exciting things happening. But one of the things that was cool, I think, about Epic Humbug is that it played such an instrumental. That's my
nice
instrumental role in his teleportation to the dream space.
Well, because when their wings vibrate fast enough, they can open portals.
That's right, and what's unique about Epic Humbug is it has these like special organs or organelles on them, and I had to look up the pronunciation for it, and I still don't think I have it correct. But I think it's either halteres or halteres.
Okay.
Halteres, something. If there are any entomologists out there in the
I'm sure
in
one
the
of them's
chat,
watching right now.
Correct me, as I know you love to do, you handler helpers, you. But they are what allow this variant in the Humbug family to specifically direct and open those supersonic interdimensional highways with much more precision than their common or rare counterparts. And of course, as promised, a mythical must always be accompanied by its dream mythical. And this is true, of course, with the arrival of the Weasel.
Wow,
the
very
Weasel.
Nice.
This is a weird one.
Which also had a kind of an Easter egg during the trailer today.
It sure did.
Yes.
People may recognize the actual box formed there
like
as
the glitter
prank,
box.
Yes, the prank item that delivered to Hula that was full of that mythical moon sigil shaped glitter and confetti.
Yes.
And this is a real unusual one, but it's unusual, but it's also totally expected to have sprung forth from the imagination of the
Exactly.
a Jack in the Box, a classic prank.
Yeah, because if you saw this dream mythical from any other monster, you're like, wow, that's a really odd thing to come from your head.
Yeah.
But then you see, and it just like makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah,
and it sort of connects to the greater lore tie-in. Thank you, Jen and Ben, for those graphics.
Yes.
The greater lore tie-in of into the world, because something that Quinn really wanted to work on to figure out was like, who is this trickster character and how do they interact with the other prankster or trickster characters in the monster world? And what we sort of decided on was that its trickery is actually what inspired Hula to do pranks.
Yes.
That Hula is actually sort of a disciple of Hehehe's. Now, of course, in the video, in Surely You Jest, we sort of fictionalize, or we present perhaps with some artistic license this meeting between Hehehe and Hula, and of course it's happening on the Temple of Hahu, so we're like, okay, what's going on? Hahu's in the mix there, and then Humbug, a lot of H names happening.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of H names happening today. I'm not sure what's, there we are.
There we are, okay.
Weasel wanted its moment in the spotlight.
Now, also, so now, it makes me think, like in the past, Hula's caused a lot of pranks.
A lot of pranks.
But did maybe have kind of playing some strings maybe in those past pranks?
That's a great question, and that's another thing that Quinn and I were discussing when we were discussing the lore of is that it could be that some pranks that were previously attributed to Hula might actually have been the doing of And one of the big things that we wanted to discuss, this is less Hula related and perhaps more of a lore wide change, is that it seems that Hehehe was responsible for actually giving the Hahu name to the temple of Hahu. Of course, we can hear that stone scribe vocalizing
Yes.
Hahu during the Surely You Jest trailer, but maybe that's just the stone scribe language. You know,
Yeah.
this Hehehe going, oh, this is Hahu. or maybe this was like a prank devised by Hehehe in order to sort of deliberately mislead, to misdirect, misinterpret.
I think, and then also, again, like in the past of Hula thinking they're doing the pranks, but maybe is misleading them to think they're doing
Right,
the prank.
there's a puppet master behind
Yes,
the
exactly.
scenes.
And they even got you a little bit today too.
Yeah, quite a bit. I mean, you know,
Seasonal Shanty's not gone.
The trauma is still fresh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a lot of concern
Yeah.
that Seasonal Shanty had been deleted.
No.
It had not been deleted. But I will point out, of course, that canonically Seasonal Shanty is only accessible to those who know the way.
Right.
By seasonals themselves. So I'm assuming that what happened is that Hula's map was tampered
with. Okay.
Go this way, totally not a prank.
And then
That
your
Hehehe-
map was also tampered
Yes, that Hehehe itself doesn't know the way to Seasonal Shanty, but it sure knows where it isn't.
with. Yeah, exactly.
And so it directed the Hula to go over there.
Exactly.
And so yes, and so then, you know, in a weird moment of worlds colliding, metaphysical realities converging, overlapping on top of one another. Yeah, my version of My Singing Monsters on my tablet was suddenly missing Seasonal Shanty, and then I saw in my list in my Book of Monsters page that Earth Island's icon had been vandalized.
Yeah. And then his bio is all different.
And then the bio.
He kinda had a dig on you as well.
Yeah, and yeah, it was not exactly kind. You know, it's something I'm a little self-conscious of, I suppose.
Oh, no.
And I know that in the past, some of our handler helpers or handler commentators, as the case may be, have made all sorts of comments about what's concealed beneath this pith helmet of mine. But it's got all the brains.
It's got all the brains
the
in
big
there.
ideas in there. All right.
So listen,
you behave yourself.
Watch
there.
yourself when you're commenting on it.
I know we were joking on the event page today that has replaced Epic Ma as public enemy #1 as far as Monster Handler Matt's concerned in the monster world. We jest, of course. Surely I jest.
Yes.
But you know, watch yourself, you know, because
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
on thin
I'm
ice,
not
buddy.
only Monster Handler Matt, but at this moment in time, I happen to be the producer of My Singing Monsters as well. So you better watch yourself, and you behave and don't mess around, or who knows, maybe someday, oh no, something happened to the files, it's gone.
Hopefully they're listening right now.
I'm kidding. Of course I wouldn't do that to Ultimate Creator Quinn and the amazing creativity.
I bet he was sweating right now.
No, I'm kidding, of course. I think this is an excellent addition to the monster world, and for those of you who have already added it to your islands and heard its amazing sounds on both Earth and Mythical Islands, I'm sure you're just as impressed as we are with this amazing piece of Ultimate Creator content.
Yes. Okay.
So, what should we do next? Perhaps it's time to answer some quick questions.
Some Q&As.
Some Q&As, yes. Sorry, I don't mean to step on your
I was gonna
toes,
say, just
Monster
saying.
Handler Tyson. Do you own quick questions now? Is this just a Q&A period with Monster Handler Matt? You know, I'm not getting replaced.
I'm
not getting replaced.
Yeah,
It's
watch
not gonna
yourself.
happen.
Yeah,
Some
you're
people were
just
thinking-
threatening.
They were looking.
I'm going to take your place.
They were there looking during the January edition of My Singing Monsters Live with Landon there, and they're going, Matt's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. I leave for one episode, and y'all are ready to say goodbye. See you later. I'm
But
watching
see,
you.
all that theorizing got me thinking.
Don't you? All right. So this isn't quick questions. This is just questions.
No, it's just
Monster
Q&A.
Handler Matt.
However, I will say the next quick questions might be a special one because it's going to be quick questions deep dive.
Ooh, a
into some
new
more.
variant.
Yes, a new variant. Also talking about how is able to kind of manipulate the metaphysics of the dimension.
Well,
So-
I'm curious about that because maybe I want to pay a visit to Yeah.
Yeah.
I might want to turn its tricks against it and say,
Anyway.
listen up, you motley trickster, you.
Let's just cool down a
All
little
right,
bit
all right, I gotta-
and get into some.
All right, I gotta calm down.
Get into some cues. Monster Handler Jen, or producer Jen, has been writing down some cues as the chat has been going, but we do have some questions from
That were previously submitted.
selected.
Ah.
So, from Lion Roar 70. You scared me.
Well, it's the
when you
lion
said that.
roar.
Lion roar. 74.
Spooky.
Will the Fire Islands, Haven, Oasis, and Amber all share a conundrum since they're all one colossal?
Wouldn't you like to know, lion roars? I guess you'll have to wait, won't you? Of course, it's a good question because canonically, the fire colossal's spirit is the one, speaking of metaphysics, that is stretched the farthest right now because its spirit is halved and devotes its energy both to the oversight of Fire Haven and Fire Oasis in the main dimension of the monster world, and it's there slumbering in its whole and rejoined form on the higher plane as part of Amber Island. So we'll have to see what that looks like when the time comes when those colossal conundra when we get there.
Like we have to think when it's waking up, will it just have one eye open maybe, or like two eyes open? We shall see.
We got a plan, and you got to trust in the plan.
Trust in the plan.
All right?
There's a grand plan.
But it's a good question.
Yeah.
Lion roars.
Next question from Flame D. Why does Flute fly when it's asleep?
Why does Flute fly when it's asleep? I think it's because it's anxious. This is a magical monster that's anxious about having its mask stolen.
Right.
And if it's resting on the ground, it's far more likely
because more
for other terrestrial, for other earthbound, and I don't mean the element of earth, I mean stuck on the ground, earthbound monsters to come up and swipe that mask. We already sort of saw that the only time that it removes that mask is when it wants to take a bit of a skinny dip in the tinkling freshets of Fairy Island. And so that's the only time, and even then, it's not asleep. It's just sort of in a restful state, but can spring to action, snatch back its mask if need be. So I think that goes a long way towards explaining why Flute Fly remains in flight while it's sleeping.
Beautiful. Next pre-selected question is from SDG, the MSM Fanatic 2012.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice. I'm glad you're a fan. What do the Crescendo Moon and the Mythical Moon have in common?
Yes. So
they're both moons.
That's
got one there.
Monster Handler Tyson. So yes, the Crescendo Moon and Mythical Moon are distinct. The Crescendo Moon is the name given to that first new moon during the calendar year of the monster world.
Right. Okay.
And so officially, the first full recognized month of the monster world tends to be that of Cora Flame, February, the one that we're in now. But the Crescendo Moon, the name itself refers just to that phase of the moon, that new moon. That said, of course, in that particular astrological configuration, the chime keeper of Carolong does interact with it in an unusual way. It is able to open a pathway there to the pocket
kind of a
dimension
mind of its own.
in the shape of a crescendo.
Whoa.
I don't know if anyone, I'm sure it was commented on, and if you did say that, I apologize. I just didn't see too many people commenting that the shape of the rift was a crescendo itself on the moon, thus Crescendo Moon. And the mythical moon, tends to always be depicted as a crescent moon.
Yes.
Distinct from a crescendo moon, mind you.
Obviously.
And where crescendo moon sort of gets its pun.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But the mythical moon is more aspirational. It's more of an idea. It's more of a concept, right? Because the moon has that imagery of, resolutions and wishful thinking and aspirations in the monster world. And so it's more of a concept. It's more of an idea, something to strive towards. Like peace on earth is the mythical moon. It's something to strive towards. It's not something you can hold. It's not an idea, or it is an idea.
Or it's not a dream.
That's the dream. That's the dream. The
Circle.
mythical moon.
Full circle.
There you
anyway.
go. All right.
Next one from APN Gotcha. Is a Fronley in any way related to toe jammers?
I know that there's been a lot of speculation about those two monsters specifically and their relationship to each other. Certainly at a glance, the base part of Frondley looks like a toe jammer. It's got those sort of, radial sort of, you want to call them toes. But they're not actually toes. I think they're actually nostrils.
Oh.
I think.
I didn't even know that.
Because they have, it looks like a nail. It looks like a nail at the end, but they're actually holes. They're actually orifices.
Oh, wow.
Apertures. So I think that's where the monster breathes in and out from. And of course, the physiology, once you get past those fronds on the top of the monster, you can see that the mouth is all the way up there. So for me, this is another classic case of like platybanjo. Are they related?
Right. Well,
kind of, but I feel like the overlap there in terms of body plans are kind of superficial. They're surface level.
And like Infernally is a little more stiff, and then Toe Jammer's a little more
yes,
juicy.
it's a rubbery water elemental, and Frondly, has more of a solid, almost the consistency of like a palm tree, if you will.
Yes.
Kind of like a palm tree.
Now, from questions from the live chat as
Oh
we're
my
going.
goodness, okay, these are the ones that might stump Monster Handler Matt, because Monster Handler Matt always has a chance to look at those pre-submitted ones and come up with great answers. So we'll see how I do.
We
All right,
shall
here we go.
see. All right, well, I think we've already kind of answered this one, but Frogpog says, does like to prank monsters? Yes.
The answer is most definitely. And it's not limited to monsters. It includes monster handlers as well, as we saw just
so far, just Monster Handler Matt.
just today.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that extends to others, because if it's picking on me exclusively...
Maybe they had a little chat with a certain Epic Ma.
Oh, my gosh. I hope they're not colluding.
Probably.
Oh, my goodness.
Who knows? All right.
Man, I hope not. Yikes.
Next
I'm going to have
one.
to retire early.
All right, next one from... I also look at the names and see how to pronounce them beforehand.
Do your best. They'll let us know if they're wrong.
Coronis, the chicken boy.
Great name.
Why does Plixie have a glass cap?
Why does Plixie have a glass cap?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's plexiglass. No, that is the official explanation.
Oh, there you go.
It's a special consistency of glass that is the brain case for that particular monster.
For all the plasma
it's a special material that's unique to the Plixie. I'm sure related to the fact that this celestial is like, one of the oldest beings in the monster world, right there, right from the beginning of the primordial cosmic hush and the big clangor and all of those exciting events that happen. By the way, did you notice that in Hehehe's bio that it falsified?
Okay.
In my game on my tablet.
Oh, right,
That it
yes.
mentioned that it was the keeper of the clangor keys. What are those?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think
Does it know something we don't?
They're just making stuff up.
What? Yeah, okay, you're right. It could be a prank. But,
Yeah.
But it rolls trippingly off the tongue, clangor keys. It makes me think that. What are those?
And same way how they're making up all the stuff with your hair situation.
They're making it up.
Yeah, they're making it up.
All right, I don't need you ganging up on me too there, Tyson. Next question.
I was trying.
Next
Never mind.
question. I know,
Okay.
I'm kidding. I love you. All right, keep them.
From Chandlure Shimmy, what was whose name before named it?
Great question. Who knows? Who knows? That's the problem with the language of the stone scribes, is that it's known only to them.
I would maybe think it would
That's why it's so hard to decipher the runes etched upon their bodies.
It would maybe just sound like sand running. Like it would be like that's their name.
Okay, so if we were to run that sound through like an auto captioning service, that's what Hahu's real name is.
Exactly.
Do it again. There you go.
All right, get to work, everyone.
Probably a lot of Fs.
Yeah.
It's a good theory.
I think
I
it's
like
a good theory. I think so.
I like it.
Okay, next up. From D's Waffles, what do you call a group of yes?
Ooh, what is a group of yes called? You know what? Quinn and I might have discussed this.
I think you did.
And well, I can look it up. I can look it up quickly. I don't have the information on hand. Start asking the next question. I'll see if I can pull it up on.
Looks like Monster Handler Matt is stumped.
Stumped. Yes.
Thank you, Monster Handler Jan.
We might have gone over it. I can't remember. Let me look it up. All right, what's the next question?
Okay, next question from Voluntary Insomniac. Since Screamoo can't hear, is Poax, am I saying that right?
It's just Poke.
Poke.
I know it looks weird.
I've never said their name out loud.
Well, you know what? That is the first time for everything. That's why we're talking about it here.
Okay, so Screamoo can't hear. Is Poke's organ being similar to its song on the... Wait, whoa, 1 second. Since Screamoo can't hear, is Poke's organ being similar to its song on purpose? Oh, okay, to cue it in. What else do the Wublins do to help each other out?
It's certainly helpful to have the vibrations being
Right.
pushed into the ground there from Poke's organ.
And Scream is very close to the ground too. They don't have much
And you may
luggage.
notice that Screamu, I think, has at least 3 feet planted on the ground, so it's feeling those vibrations
Right.
up through its body. And, Screamu is trying its best. It also, it does have eyes. It can sort of take the visual cues by what's going on and try its best to play along with the music. But, of course, Wublins being created by the Wubox, all of them have like a role to play in the ecosystem of Wublin Island, and Wubox would never leave any of their creations out to dry.
Right.
They would always furnish them with everything that they needed to thrive and join in on the song of Wublin
Beautiful.
Island. But it is a good question.
All right. Do you have the answer to the group of hands?
It's not in my document.
All right.
So why don't we allow, because I know that Ultimate Creator Quinn is active on social media.
He's probably watching right now, Quinn.
Quinn.
Hey, Quinn.
Any suggestions? Tweet at us.
Tweet at us.
And then we'll
make it official.
We'll officialize it.
Beautiful.
I assume it would have something to do with, is there a name for like a group of jesters?
I don't know.
Could it be like, because of course there's also all of the imagery, we haven't talked about this yet, but we were saying a suitably stupendous surprise, suitably. And a lot of people were thinking suit. They were thinking like the suit that you wear, but no, we meant like card suits, diamonds, hearts, clubs, etc. Ben, are we good?
A group of jesters is called a company of fools.
A company
of fools.
Oh, I like that.
I
Okay,
like that
so
a lot.
Maybe a company.
A company, yes.
I hope that doesn't take over this company.
Right.
Because then I assume I would be fired.
So we can say it's a company of hands.
Maybe. We'll see.
And then if it's like a big group, it's a company of fools.
Oh, yeah, okay. let's massage that further. I want to make sure that it's something that Ultimate Creator Quinn gets the sign off on.
Yes.
As well.
What was that from Quinn?
I think that we were just looking up
I thought that was
what
from
a group
Quinn.
of jesters is called.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't believe it was from Quinn specifically.
I thought that was Quinn saying.
No,
never mind.
I know
Sorry.
I know that Quinn might be tuning in to the episode today, so
All right.
keep an eye out.
Anyway, next question.
Yes.
The friendly bacon man.
Much better than the
very
unfriendly bacon.
Yeah. I noticed the color schemes between Epic Humbug and Epic Cana are similar. Are they related in any way?
Ooh. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But you're right in saying that like the blues.
And
the
blue is rare in
purples,
nature, too.
The red of the eyes. There is a lot of overlap there. We always said, right, that the reason that humbugs like the atmosphere of Earth Island is because it's so hot, it's so humid. There's that adjacency to molten magma. It's like one of the only places on the surface of the monster world where the element of fire is active in some form. Right. So it could be that there is some overlap there.
They both have wings as well.
They do both have wings.
Just
that
saying.
That would be very unusual.
I'm starting to see some connections here.
Yes, I hadn't put that together until that observation. A very astute observation.
Yeah, very nice.
That warrants further investigation, I'm sure.
Yes. We'll send Monster Handler Alley to look into it.
Yes.
All right.
In a hazmat suit, I should hope.
Yeah.
Because probably going to be proximal to open lava flows.
Open lava
and
flows
magma.
and some poison.
Probably some poison.
But like nothing bad. Anyway.
It is the elemental of poison after all.
Yes.
So take it easy.
Yeah. Okay. Now the last pre-selected question that I see here.
Okay.
Or not pre-selected. Selected.
Grabbed
live.
from the.
Where were the magic/fire monsters hiding before they revealed themselves?
Where were they hiding? Perhaps this is a question that sort of tackles an era of the modern monster world where the magical islands were discovered one by one. So a quick overview of that is the fire monsters, long believed to be a relic, a thing of the past, were rediscovered safe and sound inside the isolated refuge of Fire Haven in the former volcano, the living core, back from the era of the Dawn of Fire. They were all hanging out there. Recently rediscovered because of Cana's fire site there on Tribal Island was able to lead the monsters down below the surface of Tribal Island into the network of caves that are inside the monster world itself, and they found the cave paintings that depicted the end of the continent, the connection that the era of the Dawn of Fire had with the contemporary monster world. And at that point, fire was rediscovered. And so then Fire Oasis was created as an area on the surface of the monster world where fire monsters could once more thrive. And then from Fire Oasis, a number of expeditions were sent out from Fire Oasis that were populated by a delegation of both fire and natural monsters in order to search out mysterious places in the monster world, and that's how they came to discover the 4 magical islands that exist in the main reality.
Done.
There you go.
There it is.
There
nice.
you go.
Okay, cool. I think that is all the questions we're going to answer for our Q&A segment, or as you want to call it, quick questions.
No, they're long questions. They're long answers, at least, because this guy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, as promised, now I want to go into just sort of a quick recap of the Season of Love this year, 2023's edition, our 10th ever Season of Love, and pull up some accompanying graphics to share lots of exciting things that are going on. So the first of these, of course, is the update to the Air Island skin for the Season of Love. This is something that we thought was long overdue.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Wanted to incorporate some of the imagery and the richness and the lore of 10 years of the Season of Love into the look and feel of the island itself. So we incorporated some gargoyles in there. We have some chocolate fountain-like rocks there perched on the end. There's a lot more hearts.
You just gotta spice it up a little bit.
And lots of curious cultivars as well. And of course, as per usual with the seasonal skin series, this is something that you can choose to buy, that you can own, and you can toggle and activate on and off throughout the year. It is available, of course, to everybody on a trial basis.
Yeah,
which
for sure.
confers the benefits that you see listed here: 10% faster baking, 10% faster breeding, and of course you have a couple of options if you want to own it as well. We don't have the buttons on this particular screen, but you can buy it.
Yes, who
for
wouldn't
1,250 diamonds.
Who wouldn't want love year round, you know?
Exactly, or the low price of $4.99 USD, which I think is a steal for both the amazing art that you get and the boosts, the benefits that are automatically and permanently conferred to your Air Island. And a reminder to everybody, you don't even need the island skin activated to enjoy those benefits. You just have to own it. So whether or not you have it activated on your island, once you own that island skin, you get those boosts permanently. So that's kind of cool. Next up, of course, new this year to the Season of Love were the updated Season of Love costumes. So we added an additional 9 on top of the 16 that became available for the first time. Lots of cool and exciting entries here into this particular selection of them. Something I think that's kind of cute and cool is that both Rebro and Yostrich are dressed up.
Yes.
You know, Yostrich is called First Date. Rebros, it's the love machine. Maybe they're on a date together.
Yeah, you know.
I like to think that that's
I like
cute.
to think that too.
Especially because they're like both of the sort of most coveted and cool monsters to collect on that island. And of course, something else that's neat as well is that both the onesie-twosie costume for Rare Dandy Doo and the Teddy Rockspin costume for
they're
Chorister,
very cute.
they're not monsters on Air Island, but that doesn't mean that the Season of Love can't be celebrated elsewhere. And we did see in our Surely You Just video that in their comfies, they're inside the castle, we could see a little card game going on there. I wonder what card game they were playing.
I was just going to say, I feel like we should maybe go and play it.
And it looked like they were playing for a group of cupcakes.
You know what? Eventually, maybe we should go play it, and then maybe we can show people how to play it on the stream.
Yes, although
that could be cool.
if I know, I think I saw some branding there on those cards. So maybe maybe there's an ace up someone's sleeve.
I'm sure they're
nested
maybe
in their furthers or something. Who knows?
Yes, exactly. Also, I just want to note for Chorister, before this costume, you wouldn't necessarily want to give the monster a hug because they're so like rocky. But now with that
looks like it would be very soft,
and comfy. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're getting into the goodies here.
Yes.
Now we're going to show you a sneak peek at the sales that are coming through as part of the Season of Love Grand Finale weekend. All right, Monster Island Jen and Ben, cue up our first image here. Here it is. Backed by popular demand, our Love is in the Air promotion.
Love is in the air.
Includes Air Island rares and epics available to buy or breed in the market on their respective islands. This includes, but not limited to, Epic Rebro. It's its first time being available during the event. It is both rare and epic riffs first time being available in the event during our Birds of a Further campaign that we ran from February 1st through to today.
Ooh, okay.
They did not figure in, so it's their first and only opportunity during the event. Today's final pair of Birds of a Further is also relevant to today's release. One of the monsters may or may not be important to another piece of content that released today.
Just a little hint.
Just a little.
Just
something.
drop that right there.
You sound weird. You sound
What do you
kind of
mean?
like you did when I was out in the hallway.
I wasn't out in the hallway. I was just chilling in here
All
on
right.
time, just to say.
Okay, don't freak me out, Tyson.
All right.
All right. Next up, aside from Love in the Air, you can of course expect that 4 heads are better than 2, and both the rare and epic schmoochel are going to be available to buy or breed through to the end of the Season of Love as well on both Air Island and on Seasonal Shanty. You're going to want to not miss out on this event. This only happens a few times a year. There's, of course, the out-of-season special, but that's not going to be for many, 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 many months. So you're going to want to make sure to add...
Hop on.
Yes, both the sort of imperfect, punk rock-esque inspired rare schmoochel and the chocolate covered
Just
epic
the
schmoochel.
sweetie pie epic schmoochel.
Very much so. Okay. Next up, I know a lot of people have been requesting this one specifically. Here it comes.
There it is,
We've got our Walking on Air
Lots
promotion.
of comments on this
When are
one.
the Weirdos going to be on sale? Well, they're going to be 50% off on Air Island for the remainder of the event. Parsona and Stu Orb, who both have new costumes this year as well to collect. Now, you know, you have to buy those above and beyond these monsters. But if you were missing them from your collection and you wanted to buy the costumes, now is also an excellent time to make sure that you add them to your collection because they're 50% off. You got to act fast.
That's the best deal I can think of.
Okay, that's coming tomorrow. Also coming tomorrow, people will probably have anticipated this as well, but we have 50% off Skylight Crystalline Castle upgrades on Air Island. And moving on up.
I'm sure the islands are getting a little full, so you got to upgrade those.
Yeah, you got to
castles.
get more beds than ever before, and
Exactly.
of course these beautiful castle upgrades make use of the Skylight Crystal, which is native to formerly the Airlands, but now of course in the contemporary era, Air Island.
Yes.
And then of course no sale would be complete without of course tons of amazing currency offers. We have up to 100% more in packs of diamonds, coins, treats, and keys. And for those mobile players, we're going to have 2 times more in the diamond coin treat.
Beautiful.
As well. So if you're hard up for cash, now's the time to take advantage of it because the value you're going to be getting, let me tell you, is going to be sweet. It's going to be a wonderful thing. Now, there's one more sale. There's one more sale that I'm going to be a little cheeky about.
Okay.
And you may not know this, Monster.
I was going to
Tyson,
say.
but actually, it's Ultimate Creator Quinn's birthday tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Tomorrow. So there's one more seasonal sale that's coming through as a birthday present for Ultimate Creator Quinn. Quinn knows what it is because I believe I had communicated it to him as part of our ongoing conversations in the lead up to his release.
Beautiful.
But what could it be? Something to do.
Well, the graphic I'm seeing has a question mark.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. So we just wanted to make sure that we included that and to look for that tomorrow as well.
Right.
Okay. There's your sneak peek. So prepare yourself. We seldom do this. What an excellent reason to tune in to My Singing Monsters Live moving forward to get a sense of what the sales are going to be in less than 24 hours time.
Exactly.
Usually this is a tight-lipped secret.
And instead of telling your friends, tell them to watch this, and then they can get the surprise also.
And prepare yourself, right? Our currency pack sales have already begun. That 80 to 100% more are live in game as of today, and it's the offer wall sales for mobile players that are kicking in tomorrow.
Beautiful.
So if you need them, thanks for the support in advance. Of course, a reminder that any in-app purchase that you make in My Singing Monsters not only supports ongoing development of My
Yes.
Singing Monsters and us monster handlers, you get a ton of sweet perks too.
Yep,
you
exactly.
get no more ads on launch, only the ads that you choose to watch as part of Speed Up. You get to unlock premium structures, so that's the bonus breeding structure and the bonus nursery. And you get to unlock the maximum mine on Plant Island and Mirror Plant Island. And
Sounds like a great deal to
who
me.
could forget unlimited collect all? Unlimited collect all. So tons of great reasons to, if this is your first time considering making a purchase, obviously we designed the game to make sure that you can play however you want, but
Yes.
it's always appreciated by us monster handlers.
Yes, and now is the time to do it.
And now's the time, yeah, because
lots
the
of
going
nice
is
deals.
yes, the going is good, and there's going to be lots of ways to augment your collection.
Beautiful.
Tomorrow.
Now, off to the next thing.
Yes.
Now we have a new kind of thing. Instead of monster pieces, we're going to be doing a creator showcase.
Yeah, it's a monster piece in a sense.
Yeah,
right?
it's still a monster piece, but there's been a lot of creators, especially on YouTube and TikTok, who have been making a lot of MSM content, and so we thought it'd be nice to showcase some of the stuff they've made in terms of the videos they made. And today we have we'll be showing off Pop Cross Studios and how they make our monsters more monstrous. So right here, immediately, they are making Ma, and also kind of combining it with Epic Ma into a more monstrous monster.
Yeah, what I love about these Fantasy Beasts series is that there's not, you know, the creator there at Popcross isn't worried about accuracy.
Yes.
They're taking elements of our creativity and applying it with their own to make something new. And I think that's really cool. That's, of course, the mission statement of Big Blue Bubble is inspiring worlds of creativity.
Yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
that makes a lot of sense. It's great for us to see.
And another thing that's like super awesome, like they not only are they like redesigning and putting their own spin on the monsters in terms of a visual sense, they're also writing and like telling their own lore as well as they're drawing the pictures.
Including variants, I think, of ourselves.
Us, yes.
I believe you're Gentleman Tyson.
I am known as Gentleman Tyson.
Gentleman Tyson in the lore.
Gentleman, and I
Not
do
that you're
think
not a gentleman in this reality.
Oh,
but,
come
you know,
on.
that's what I'm saying. You're not.
No, that's true.
Not that you're not.
I think I'm a nice guy.
And I do think that you know, we're obviously already past the one there, but I'm pretty sure that Monster Handler Matt
has met his
demise in that particular continuity, because these monsters are not the you know, lovable, you know, non-scary, non-aggressive ones.
Though in this lore, the main character is on a mission to find these creatures of song.
That's right, the monsters of song.
And sing to them so they would sing back and become more peaceful again.
Yes, which we appreciate, because of course that's the whole reason for monsters' existence, is to sing.
Yes.
And these have sort of become feral.
Yes,
right?
they've become feral. They've become hunted by humanity.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they're kind of rekindling their relationship with music and humanity and just not being so grumpy all the time.
Yes, I think it's also cool that Popcross takes specific suggestions from his community and chooses which monsters to render in these fantastical forms.
Exactly.
This one of Gajoob, I think, is particularly awesome.
Yeah,
very scary.
I love it. Yeah, it's very scary, and also like seeing a Gajoob in water is also jarring.
Yes,
as well.
yes, because you would expect that the Gajoob in the actual monster world is so lethargic that, you know, if they got into water, they might just kind of like float there.
But no.
That one looked action-packed.
Though in that video, he does reference more of a leopard seal rather than a walrus.
Yes, yes, and that's another cool thing, is that, you know, like, they can be reimagined, they can be shifted, they can be changed. You know, the fur corn that Popcross made had that like nose that was like visible through the fur.
It's kind of like a dog.
And that was like,
a pug or something. Yeah,
yeah, that one gave me the heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies.
But we would love it if you guys popped over and checked
popped over to Popcross.
Popped over
Studios.
to Popcross and checked those out. Support another creator doing amazing things in the My Singing Monsters world. So give them some likes and some subscriptions as well.
Yes. That'd be
and if you, moving forward, are a creator yourself and want the opportunity to be featured in this new creator showcase segment that we're doing, I think what we had worked out is that we wanted to continue making use of the hashtag MonsterPiece as sort of the call to action for people to say, hey, you know, include me.
Yeah.
I would like to be considered for inclusion in a future episode of My Singing Monsters Live in the Creator Showcase segment.
Yes. Beautiful. All right.
Wonderful. Okay, we're coming up on the end of our February edition of My Singing Monsters Live. Just a few more talking points, a few more items that I wanted to get out before we sign off and say enjoy the end of the season of love. The first thing that I wanted to mention is I've seen lots of comments, lots of excitement about some of the monster plush that has appeared in our Belle's Beasts series. So just want to give a little bit of backstory on those. Those are actually prototypes that from the same company that worked with us on the creation of the existing line of monster plush. And right now, at least at the time, I know there's been a lot of people saying, when are those going to be available? When are those going to be available? But I believe for the time being that those exist purely in prototype form. And what's the perk of being a monster handler if you can't enjoy some prototypes kicking around the office ourselves?
And also, with Belle making those creations, those are also kind of like his own prototypes.
And,
so
needs access to the visual reference of all those monsters in front of him. So we know that y'all are excited about those plush. And that's not to say that they couldn't one day become available. It's just we don't have any specific plans right at this time because those ones never progressed.
As of right now, they're just a couple of them.
That's right. They exist in very small quantities.
Very small quantities.
Sitting here.
Yes.
So just wanted to clear the air about those. But of course, the enthusiasm that you express about them gets the gears in our mind turning, going like, okay, well maybe there is some interest for this. Maybe that's something that we can explore in a future licensing partnership with another partner in the future.
We'll look into it.
Yes, we always get excited by your excitement.
Yes, exactly.
So that's item number one. Item number two, please keep an eye out for the next seasonal event that is arriving in early March.
Early March.
In early March. And this will be a brand new event.
Yes.
Never before run in My Singing Monsters history. Many of you can probably guess what it is, but we're not going to spoil the surprise.
I was going to say, I'm not going to talk much during this.
For those of you who don't, but that is when our next episode, I believe Monster Handler David, that's when our next episode of My Singing Monsters Live will be. We'll give you lots of advance notice of when you can expect to tune in to catch that exciting update as well.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for that.
Early March.
And speaking of keeping an eye out, I know a lot of people have also been wondering, when will the next Colossal Conundrum be? And we had said in the last episode to keep an eye out for a clue.
Yes.
In the coming weeks. And that clue has been released. It was in the update notes on the Apple App Store for version 3.8.2 at the beginning of Season of Love. And it mentions that the next conundrum will be available and that the clue will be hidden somewhere in the distant, frigid stars. Now, I can clear a few things up for you right off the bat. Yes. It's going to be Cold Island. Yes. It's going to be Cold Island. But that's actually not what the clue is making reference to.
What is it? What is it then?
I guess the question you have to ask yourself, Monster Handler Tyson, is what time of the year are there freezing, frigid stars in the night sky of the monster world? Which month would that be? And don't answer, just think about it.
I wasn't going to.
Think about it.
Because I was panicking internally.
But that's the clue. When's your birthday?
My birthday?
Yeah.
June 21st.
June, so you're a Metal Gears baby.
Yeah, I am.
Yes, okay. Solid. But a little video game reference there for you. Yes, so keep an eye to the ground. What's that gonna do? Keep an ear to the ground and an eye to the sky for that next Colossal Conundrum, and in potentially some slight tweaks, some reworking of the Colossal Conundrum system as well. We've had this opportunity with the Plant Colossal Conundrum completed to get lots of feedback from you, the handler helpers in the community, and so we've made a few. We've ironed a few things out, and we've added a few interesting things that we think will be of interest to the handler helper.
We always want to help you have the best experience possible.
Yes, and we want to deliver. We want to surprise, we want to delight.
There's going to be a lot of conundrums, so we've got lots of time to...
Oh, thank you. That's another thing I wanted to clarify. So, even internally, we have some trouble with this. Plural form of conundrum is...
I didn't know this.
Conundra. So the group of them are the colossal conundra, and an individual
That's what I
level it is a
thought.
conundrum. So yeah,
I said conundrums though, and then you brought it up, so that threw me off.
That's
I was
fine.
like,
Just like what boxes, it's an accepted form. It's not
Okay.
the correct form.
All right,
but
sorry,
it's an
everyone.
accepted form. It's
Beautiful.
an accepted form. That's
Okay.
language. That's it's colloquial. It's evolving.
that was like
it's
a
always
test.
in movement.
I sweat under a test, and I was just like, I know the answer, but I panic.
Well then
Everyone
I,
saw me just drenched sweat immediately.
Well, then I hope you're not too sweaty for next week's Quick Questions Deep Dive, because I know we've been talking a little bit
Yes.
about that deep dive that you're doing, and I think that you're doing some fine, primo,
Yes.
bona fide, excellent monster handler research.
Thank you. I've been
there.
doing a lot of research. I've been doing a lot of theorizing.
Yes,
some
you have.
Juicy lore
Yes,
that
you
we
have.
haven't really touched a lot.
No, we haven't. So look for that. I think next week is when
Next
we're hoping
week.
to release.
Next week.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in.
Yes.
We had an absolute blast sharing this time with you today. Please go out and check out all the amazing things that are happening here in the last few days of Season of Love 2023. We hope that you'll continue to join us during anniversary
Yes.
year, because all the exciting things are still on the horizon. Lots of exciting updates and contents that we have planned here from the Monster Handlers.
Beautiful.
Anything else, Monster Handler Tyson, or should we sign it off?
I think we can sign it off.
Okay.
All right.
And as we always say,
Happy monstering!